Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. We are focusing in on how to effectively cope, manage, and move through relationships that have been hurtful, crippling, confusing, toxic, derailing to your life, things that have caused you a lot of conundrum, bewilderment, puzzling situations, things that have basically stifled you, hindered you, and gotten you kind of in a stuck down and out mindset. And oftentimes these relationship toxicities occur when you are in a relationship with a narcissist or a psychopathic individual. And we're going to be exploring that in this video on how to cope, how to ascertain, and how to determine when this is going on and how to successfully deal with it. Manage really your emotions, get into the emotional mastery and the thought mastery that is required to effectively deal and cope with these individuals who can be quite profoundly toxic and really crippling and stunting to your own personal happiness, your own personal growth, your own professional growth, your limiting beliefs, and really keep a lot of those in place and moving in a very negative impact and influence in your life moving forward. And I want to give a quick shout out to those of you who have made a recent donation to the channel. I so appreciate it. And if I've hit the nail on the head for you, I want to let you know how good it feels and how much gratitude I have to hear that. It is very meaningful to me that I've been able to provide some resources to help you better understand, better get a mindset, a positive mindset, and the tools and the leverage for getting things sorted out. So you have not only an intellectual understanding, but a heartfelt understanding in how to put all those pieces together for your life moving forward, and not just in a state where this happened to me and I'm in a victim state, but really to help you open up, fully blow out your life moving forward and heal from this and learn from this and become a stronger, better, and really more have clear objectives for your life moving forward, and to do it in an efficient manner so that this doesn't take months, years, and decades to move through, because your time is too precious. You can't go, through the next 3 years and stay in the same place. So that's my real objective and goal of the channel, is to have catapult you to that next level so you can get on with business of living your life and have the tools in hand and use these consistently. Really put these into effect on a daily basis so that you can really reap the rewards and have a lifelong healing for yourself moving forward. So I want to give a quick shout out of thanks for those of you who have recently made a donation to me. It really means a lot. Thank you. And so we are moving forward and really looking at how to best manage and cope with the negative effects of a narcissist or a psychopathic individual. And I want to put this into contemporary terms, not just technical terms, not just clinical terms, but in real palatable meanings and the vocabulary that you can basically understand. So it's not just so scientific, but it's something that actually you can get a grip on and a handle on moving forward. And a narcissist, as well as a psychopathic individual, both present with pathological self-interest and coupled with a lack of empathy. So it's not just something that is part of, it's not just a once-on or one-off occurrence. It's an ongoing personality and character disorder, which is exemplified by this individual. And as it plays out in relationship dynamics with others, we see this heightened sense of basically where all the attention has to be on them. Basically, it is look at me-itis. And if you are in a relationship with a narcissist or a psychopath, an individual who has a pathological sense of self-importance and coupled with an empathy deficit, which means they can't really understand and validate your needs, your values, your strengths, who you are, where you're coming from, and basically is to further, you feel the relationship dynamics are always set with attention on them so that you are constantly furthering their interests, their position in the relationship, their sense of superiority, grandiosity, sense of self-importance, and you are basically on, sliding down the mountain and you are still screaming up to them, oh, you are so great, you are so this, I'm here for you. You're sliding down, and then they're still standing at the top of the mountain screaming, victory, thank you so much for helping me get here. And they're not acknowledging of your needs. They're not giving you a hand up. They are basically just letting you slip deeper and deeper into the experience of feeling less than or support only to them. In essence, you are being targeted and painted into a role where you are their support. You are codependent. You are enabling to their pathology, their narcissism, their psychopathy. And it's very important to understand that in the beginning of the relationship, the love bombing, that unbeknownst to you, in the name of love, in the name of having a friend, in the name of having a parent, in the name of having a manager, in the name of having a good boss, in fostering a positive relationship, you, unbeknownst to you, became that positive, supportive individual. You had entered into the relationship with a fascination for this person. You were seduced by the sweet things that they said or their charm. And it's not just like, oh, this person is a good person. It's this person has a certain charm that you were attracted to, or a certain fascination that you felt for this individual, where perhaps they were grave risk takers, and they just didn't seem to present with a lot of fear. They seemed to have a very high threshold of pain. Perhaps they were unethical, and yet they didn't really care about violating people. And you were like, wow, this is really bizarre. Or this individual, you had to be in a position where you had to support them because perhaps they were in your family or in your work environment. And basically then you fell into this relationship by proxy, by default. And you had found that the things that they said were different from what other people would say. They would pay attention on certain things, or they were extremely romantic or extremely charming, or my nose itches. They were distracting to you in specific ways that basically kept you out of the role of responsibility and accountability for yourself. And, you had taken this basically as a welcome break, or you thought this person was the answer to your prayers. Sorry. And so you had basically kept feeding this person's ego. Perhaps you were admiring of this person. You became like an admirer. You found them very admirable. Perhaps they had a specific stance on religion or business or relationships, or the things that you had shortcomings on, they had strengths in. So you were attracted to this person because they were a complementary to you. They were leaders where you felt a follower. They were they had certain expertise which you maybe did not have, and so you were attracted to them to help fill up those deficits in your personality. But yet, unbeknownst to you, you became allured in or seduced in, and it wasn't validating for you. Unbeknownst to you, and I say unbeknownst to you meaning unconsciously, not apparent to you, unapparently. And as I say, it's in the name of love, or in the name of the best intentions with which you were lured into a relationship with a narcissist or a psychopathic individual. And you had no idea what was going on. You became then, basically very, very servile, humiliating, sabotaged, ashamed, and you had internalized this as really, your rightful place was that, you were less than, you were worse than, you did not have the same superior abilities, talents, charm that this individual. So they had deluded you. You bought into the story that they were basically painting you into in a role to relate to them. And so if you are in a situation where it's all about me-itis, where this individual, it's all about, you have to constantly trail them with your eyes. You have to trail them with your ears. You're in an environment where, they overtake the environment. They dominate. They seek to control. They seek to manipulate. You can't get a word in edgewise. You can't get a feeling in edgewise. You can't get a hello. And you find that in the beginning, it seems like this person wants this positive interaction with you. So that is, kind of the initiation. So I think it's really important to dissect this and kind of look at how you entered into the relationship, see where the grooves, kind of the foundation broke down, and where you became, unbeknownst to you, habituated, which means chronically, consistently, and, habit automatic, unconsciously, where you had become an indelible, I don't want to say servant, but a source of supply to them. Always trying to prop them up, fluff them out, whatever it is, you felt respectful or honored to be with this person. So you became feeling less than rather than equal to. And then they slowly fed you the messages that, you aren't good enough. That they then miss the other person or whatever. They start talking about their ex a lot. And then, you're kind of like out of the picture, even though you're in the picture. So these are the ways of the narcissist and psychopath. And so if you feel invalidated or negatively validated, and it's all about them-itis, realize the impact that it's having on you. Realize the deleterious, meaning negative impact it's having on you. Come back to your validation, your I ams, your I haves, your feelings of gratitude. Really look at getting back to that indifferent stage and using the tool of metacognition, which means the ability that we have as individual human beings to think about your thoughts. So you can analyze and kind of have a little bit of what we call a higher perspective, higher consciousness of what is going on, and then use the tool of clarity of perception and reframing, which means, okay, this is just the bait to the trap. I'm not taking that. And then you physically turn away and focus in on what you are supposed to be doing, feeling, having, becoming, and desiring and dreaming of in your life. Because what ends up happening is you end up trading your life for theirs. You end up basically having an identity that is based on them and not based on you. So yes, part of relationships, we become close with people. And these are, the people who we become close to and can be ourselves with are those people who we can trust, and who we can be our best selves around. So if you find that you are not able to be your best self around this individual because it's all about them-itis, you are, living by self-limiting beliefs. You feel ashamed. You feel scalded around them. You feel like you're being burned around them because their hostility, their anger is basically creating a tension, and it's creating a negative hostility and a tension within you, and you can't live from your inner flame, your inner passion, your inner you. What truly makes you happy is as if their anger and hostility is shutting down your perspective, your viewpoint, your passion, your happiness, which I'm basically calling your inner flame. It's your inner spirit, your inner life, your inner voice, your heart, your mind aligned with that. That is a good, significant assessment if you are in a relationship or in the company of a malignant narcissist or a psychopath. And look at then steps to protecting yourself, the boundaries, the going the no contact, being indifferent, neutral, objective with these individuals. You don't need to be part of the clan that, part of the, what do you call it when, the flying monkey group. You don't have to be part of the posse. You don't have to be part of the party. You don't have to be part of the inner circle that they are trying to establish and kind of, reap their, basically stack up all sorts of supply source on their side, and then making all others feeling if you don't, join us, there's something wrong with you. Be careful of that very negative water cooler effect that seems to permeate the atmosphere of malignant narcissist and psychopath, where in essence you always have to constantly be less than and supportive of them while being negatively validated yourself. peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.